Hello, welcome to my videos. In this time, I'm going to talk about the Denver Nuggets season 2022-2023. So, I'm going to talk about the Denver season because remember that they won yesterday the NBA championship season 2022-23, where yesterday defeated 94 to 89 to Miami Heat in the game 5 of the finals. And with this, they won the series 4-1 and the championship for first time in history after 47 years that they have been playing in the NBA. So let's talk about a little how they achieved to the final and why they did. Well, let's talk about the regular season. In the regular season, the the Denver Nuggets always were in the top of the league, where since December they were fighting with the Memphis Grizzlies for the first place of the West Conference, where since January they were dominated and they were leading the conference, and they held until the end, and they won the first side. They won the best record in the West Conference, where they won 53 victories and 29 losses. So and they qualified to the NBA playoffs 2 weeks before the NBA playoffs, the end of the NBA regular season, and they didn't battle because in the last game of the season they put to play the bench people. And in the regular season, they have a record of 53-29. They were the best record in the West Conference. They were the fourth best team record in the NBA, because remember in the West Conference, the three first place in the East Conference, sorry, were had better record than the Denver Nuggets in the regular season. They were the Milwaukee Bucks, the Boston Celtics, and the 76ers Philadelphia. And the Denver Nuggets had a record of 34 victories and 80 losses in the West Conference. And as a home team, they had a tremendous record, the best record, the second best record in the West Conference. We recorded 34 wins and 7 losses as a local team, and as a away team, they had a complicated way, because they have 19 wins and 22 losses. So about the NBA playoffs, they were the best team in the NBA playoffs because they play a tremendous basketball level. To be honest, I didn't trust this team because I thought that the Denver Nuggets were going to be eliminated. Sorry, in the NBA playoffs for how they have been played in the last three NBA playoffs, because remember in the bubble they were eliminated by the Lakers in the conference finals for one was, and in the 2021 they were eliminated in the second round, and the last season they were eliminated in the first round by the Warriors. That in the end they were the NBA championship the last year. So in the first round, the Denver Nuggets has a first set. They played against the Minnesota Timberwolves, the A set, and the Denver Nuggets didn't have any problem because they have an easy series where they won the first two games. Later in the fourth game in Minnesota, the Denver Nuggets battled because they relaxed in that game, where they were trailing by 12 points difference in the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, but they could tie the game. But in the overtime, the Timberwolves won that game four. But in the game five, the Denver Nuggets won that game easily, and they didn't have any trouble to won the series for one and advance to the semifinals. And in the conference semifinals, they face against the Phoenix Suns. To be honest, I thought that in this round, the Denver Nuggets were going to be eliminated, because I thought that the Phoenix Suns had the best team in the West Conference in the playoff, because they have Kevin Durant, Brook, and CP3. But the Denver Nuggets dominated this series easily because they won the first game in the series. Later they traveled to Memphis, where Memphis won the other two games. By game, the series get back to Denver, where the Denver won easily that game. And in the game six, I thought that Phoenix were going to win that game and force a seven game. But in that game, in the game six of the conference semifinals, the Denver Nuggets play a tremendous basketball level where they have they define the game and finish the game in the first quarter because in the halftime the Denver Nuggets were leading by 30-point difference in the game six, and the game was over in that moment. And in this series, the Denver Nuggets defeated the Phoenix Suns in 6 games for one, and the Denver Nuggets qualified to the conference finals. And in the conference finals, the Denver Nuggets faced to my favorite team, Los Angeles Lakers. To be honest, I remember that I predicted that the Denver Nuggets were going to win this game in 6 games. I didn't thought that the Denver Nuggets wouldn't have any problem to defeat the Lakers because this was the easy series to the Denver Nuggets because they swept the Lakers 4-0 and they qualified to the NBA Finals. The first game, the first 2 games on Denver, the Lakers could have won one of these 2 games and maybe make block the series, but the Lakers couldn't close better where the Denver Nuggets dominate all the games. In the first 2 games, the Lakers could have won this game, but they couldn't because Denver Nuggets closed better. And in the fourth quarter, the Lakers, I remember in the game 4, the LeBron James played a tremendous basketball level in the first half where he scored almost 30 points, but in the second half, LeBron James was tired and he couldn't make the Lakers won minimum 1 game, and Denver Nuggets won the conference final 4-0. And remember that they had like more than 10 days to rest because remember that the Miami Heat Miami Heat, sorry, play 7 games in the East Conference, where remember that they had a 3-0 lead, but later they lost 3 consecutive games, but they could have won the 4 game in the game 7. And in the NBA Finals, again, the Denver Nuggets didn't have any problem to defeat Miami Heat because remember in the first game they didn't have any problem to defeat Miami, and in the second game again the Denver Nuggets were the best team, but Miami Heat played a tremendous fourth quarter, and that was the difference to won the game. I remember that in the game 4, in game 8-2, the Denver Nuggets had 60 seconds to tie or won the game, where the Denver Nuggets coach Michael Malone had two time over, but he didn't take a time over, and where Jamal Murray didn't took a good shot and he missed the 3 points, and for that reason the Miami Heat won the second game, and this was the first loss of in the NBA playoffs in home for Denver. But to be honest, the Denver Nuggets could have swept this series because they played better than the Miami Heat. And the third game, the Denver Nuggets played better. And yesterday in the game 3 and 4, Denver Nuggets dominated the game. And yesterday, Miami Heat played a tremendous first half where they were dominating in the first half by 4 point difference. But in the second half, the Denver Nuggets played better. And to be honest, yesterday the Denver Nuggets could have won the game since the first half, but they were playing a very bad game. But in the second half, they played better, like all the playoffs, and they won the game in the series. Just in the last 3 minutes of the game, Jamie Butler played a tremendous game where he scored the last 12 points of the Miami Heat. Well, to tie or took the lead of the game, but he missed, and Denver Nuggets scored the last ball of the last point of the game, and Denver Nuggets won the series for one and won the championship, and his first championship of the league. And the MVP finals was Nikola Jokic, that he played a tremendous NBA playoffs where he was the best player in the playoffs, where he make something historic because he led in points, in assists and rebounds all the playoffs, and he's the first player that did this. In my opinion, Nikola Jokic was MVP on the season, but he was stalled because the NBA expert just decided that Joel Embiid had better numbers at season than Nikola Jokic in the regular season. But to be honest, Nikola Jokic played a tremendous basketball ever since in all the regular season and NBA playoffs. But he won the most important, the championship. So he was my opinion about all the Denver Nuggets season 2022-2023, all the regular season, and what they did in the NBA Finals. See you next video, Gibra.